Yo, what is going on, everybody? And welcome back to Let's Talk Comics. I know it has been quite a bit since the last time I posted, and I would like to automatically just apologize for that singular fact. I've been moving for the last little while, and I wanted to at least get somewhat set up and sorted before I got back to posting so I could at least be posting on a somewhat decent and consistent manner. So I kind of just had to take a little 2.5-ish week break between posting so I can at least make sure that everything was suited up and just set it up so I could at least, as obviously, get back to constantly posting like I obviously love doing. So I'm back. But with all of that said, as y'all could see by the title, today's video is going to be talking about why Spider-Man should be your favorite character. From his relatable origins and honestly to the extreme just comfort that he brings so many different people and the sheer ideology that he has and his entire personality as a whole. Many people have loved Spider-Man throughout his entire history of being a hero, and he has maintained being one of the most popular heroes in Marvel Comics and in any superhero comic genre throughout the entirety of his run and the entirety of his time, going through many different actors in live action format, going through many different TV shows and animated shows and all of those things alike. We have seen Spider-Man in so many different mediums and so many different forms because of how interesting he is and because of how so many people absolutely love him as a character. So this is exactly the reason why he should be your favorite. So, first, obviously, starting off, it's his relatable origins and everyday struggle. Spider Man's origins is a very grounded and everyday life kind of situation. Peter Parker starts off as an ordinary teenager dealing with school, bullies, familial responsibilities, and financial struggles, something that a lot of people could actively relate to and see the way that their life kind of correlates with his. His story reflects how anyone can become a hero despite any personal challenges. Yes, obviously, while the radioactive spider is something that not many people can do, the sheer thing about, oh yeah, him still being this person that is living this kind of normal day-to-day life, dealing with all of these normal day-to-day struggles, just proves that no matter who you are under that mask, you could still be something so much greater, something so much better than your own self. And obviously, speaking about great, we have to get on to the next point. With great power comes great responsibility. This iconic motto captures Spider-Man's core. Unlike many superheroes born with their powers or wealth, Spider-Man learns every day that the hard way that responsibility comes with power, shaping his journey into one of the most selfless and really truly beloved heroes out of all time. Uncle Ben giving him that one motto kind of set his entire stage as a character. And as we've seen, almost every Spider-Man gets their own kind of version of that specific kind of phrase. They all get this motto that basically just tells them, you have all of this great potential. You have all of this great possibility within yourself, so don't waste it. Don't just be this kind of person that won't use it for the right reasons. Use it for the best reasons and actively take it to yourself to actually make a difference in many people's lives. And that's what he's been doing both in comics and in the actual real world, because so many people view Spider-Man and idolize him as somebody that they can look up to as a role model, somebody that they could actively, fully, truly believe in and use those aspects in their own day-to-day lives. But going back to another fact, one of the most relatable aspects of Spider-Man is how he juggles being a hero while maintaining the regular life that he has made. The regular life that he has made. From managing schoolwork, friendships, relationships, and protecting New York City, his struggle with balance makes him one of the most relatable heroes to readers who face their own day-to-day struggles. We see him having to deal with J. Jonah Jameson. We see him having to deal with his own relationship issues and so many other things that many people actively kind of have to deal with, whether it's an annoying boss at work or just any kind of relationship struggles that he like somebody might be going through. We see Peter Parker going through those exact same things and still see him put on that mask day to day because he understands that no matter what, this is also a part of his life. He has this power, as I've already talked about, with the great power and the great responsibility. But seeing both sides of his life is one of the better things of his character. One of the best parts and one of the most intriguing parts about his character. Obviously, one of the better parts of his character also is the fact that he is an underdog hero. Spider-Man often fights against very overwhelming odds, whether it's powerful villains like Green Goblin or personal setbacks like losing loved ones. Despite being the underdog, he always perseveres and triumphs through wit, determination, and heart. His entire character is basically put down through those kind of big kind of things. His perseverance, his going on attitude, the fact that no matter what goes on in his life, he knows that he will be able to make it through. The phrase of "this too shall pass" is basically engraved into his head. He understands that through the bad times, the good, they will always get back to at least a medium. They will always be able to get back to at least a decent standpoint. So he understands, yes, he's going to lose a lot of things, and he's kind of gotten used to some of these things happening at a point, but he still always gets back up and he always fights for what he believes in. Fights for helping people, which is something that anybody would absolutely love. And next topic, his complex and evolving character development. Over the years, Spider-Man has grown and evolved in many few different ways. From his teenage beginnings to becoming a mentor, becoming a leader, and even becoming a family man in certain storylines. His character arc is rich and always ever changing. We've seen him go through so many different phases of his life, and depending on which iteration and which comic we're talking about, we've seen him go through so many different storylines that give him more depth and intrigue and just give him more personality in each and every one, that people could always be able to kind of figure out something that, oh, this character development matches me, or this character development matches me. He always has something that is evolving just in the correct way that any other person will be able to figure it out and still absolutely enjoy it and love it. Now, obviously, if we're talking why Spider-Man should be your favorite hero, we also have to talk about the reason why he's maintained so long. And one of those reasons would have to be his iconic villains and rogues gallery. Spider-Man's villains are among the most memorable villains in all of comics. The Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Venom, the Sinister Six, and so many others. His just complete a number of complex adversaries that challenge Spider-Man in both physical and psychological levels makes his battles so much more exciting and intense. That's the main reason that so many people love Spider-Man, because most of his villains match him perfectly. Spider-Man at his heart is just a very smart person that is just one of those people that has to also deal with most of his villains also being an extremely smart scientist. It is just basically scientists going against scientists and smart people going against smart people. I'm gonna probably still gonna make a video on why I specifically feel like Venom is the most out of place Spider-Man villain, but that's a topic and a conversation for another video. But in all fairness, all of his villains that we've been able to see are just characters that have so much depth and actual drive that we could actively just love to see each and every one of them. And we understand that they each have their own personal reason for being involved in somebody like Spider-Man's life. And obviously, the next topic. He is a hero for absolutely everyone. Spider-Man represents the everyman, showing that you don't need to be a born god or billionaire to make a difference. His struggles with identity, responsibility, and personal loss resonate across generations, making him a timeless hero. And even if we were like just talking about in world, he is actually and completely the definition of a hero for everyone. Him wearing a mask, him having that specific kind of way that he moves and orchestrates himself, quite literally makes it to where everybody in the world wouldn't know who Spider-Man is. He could literally be anybody. He could be white, black, Asian. He could be any kind of person under that mask. So everyone's able to kind of resonate with him. Yes, we as audiences know who he is. We as the audience know that he is Peter Parker, but anybody in the world would never know that. And that's just kind of one of the better aspects about him because he could quite literally be anybody. He is a hero for everybody. And obviously, one of the other best parts about Spider-Man is the way that he actually deals with his full-on life, the humor and the wit that he admits. Despite his hardships, Spider-Man is still one of the wittiest and most light-hearted superheroes. His sense of humor, even in the face of danger, makes his character fun and appealing to readers of all ages. His legacy and his inspiration, like the fact that Spider-Man has inspired so many other heroes from Miles Morales and Gwen and Spider-Gwen and all of these other people, just kind of really shows and really incorporates how much of a legacy that he's going to be leaving behind. With the humor and wit, that's a specific fact that I'm really just always enjoyed due to the fact of one, it just shows that he has his own ways of dealing with the things. We know that he has a lot of problems in his own life, but he deals with them in very specific ways. And I always kind of have a headcanon of he uses the humor as kind of a coping mechanism for his own mind the best way for his own mind to kind of deal with all of the stuff that he has to deal with on a daily basis. And speaking on the legacy, his legacy is far reaching, showing that his message of responsibility and hope can live throughout others, showing that he is quite possibly one of the best true inspirations and faces of being an active and true hero across any medium and across all of media in general. He is one of those best heroes that you will ever be able to find, and he is the true example of what somebody should be when you consider the word hero. But please, tell me what you guys think about this video and tell me if you agree with me that Spider-Man most likely should be anybody and any logical person's favorite hero. Yes, people are going to be like, oh yeah, no, Batman, Superman. Batman's annoying in all fairness, and I'm not going to take any debate on that. And Superman, we could agree to disagree in all fairness, but we'll just kind of let me know. Just let me know in the comment section below on what you guys think about the video and entire thing like that. And nice to be back. Peace.